Very warm greetings to the learners. This is Dr. Meenakshi. You very well remember from the last session we started discussing the control chart for attributes. And in that series we started first with the control chart for fraction defectives, that is the P chart. In that situation, when we were discussing the P chart, we had a data with us of 35 points, and in that data we realized that all the points they lie between the upper and the lower control limits. And in the end I discussed it with you that in the upcoming videos we'll be trying to explore what happens if there are certain points which lie outside the upper control or the lower control limits. That means the control chart indicates that the process is not under statistical control. So some assignable causes may be present in the process, which brings the this present scenario in which we need to find out some statistical control, and it is necessary to investigate the assignable causes and take the corrective action to eliminate those causes. Once this is done, we remove those out of control samples and calculate the revised central line, upper and the lower control limits for the P chart using the remaining samples. These limits, they are basically known as the revised control limits. So you can relate it with the information that we already had explored in the control chart for variables. There also we try to find out the assignable causes and try to take the corrective action. We rephrase the limits by putting a title of revised control limits, right? So here also we'll do the same thing. Now I have taken a fresh data for you for a sample of 15. You can see we have a sample of 15 with sample size of 100 and the number of defectives is also given here. Now what I have done here, I had already prepared a P chart which we have done in the previous session also. Just giving a quick recap, for finding out the proportion defectives, what you need to do, you have to take the ratio of the number of defectives and the sample size. That will give you the proportion defective, that is the P value. Then we'll find the average fraction defective, that is basically your central line or the P bar. So how we'll find it? We'll find it with the help of this value, the sum of all the proportion defectives divided by the total sample. That will give you this value, that is 0.052. Now with the help of your P bar value, we'll find out the upper control limit. So what was the formula for upper control limit? That was P bar plus 3 square root of P bar into 1 minus P bar upon n. Right, and similarly for lower control limit, the formula was P bar minus 3 square root of P bar into 1 minus P bar upon n. So by using those formulas and then selecting these four values, I, with the help of this insert bar, took the line chart and prepared this P chart, right? And you remember in the last time we said that this LCL value that we have shown here is in negative, right? And you know the value of LCL, if it is negative, which is not possible, we cannot have a negative value as a lower control limit, so we set it to the value of 0 and denote the limits by the title of LCL. So what we'll do here, although we have found out the value of this LCL to be this, but we will replace it with 0 and try to make changes in the line chart like this. Okay, now here this chart is giving some idea. What is it? We have two pointers here which actually are out of your upper control limit. The first pointer is for the point number 5, which has the value proportion of 0.12, right? Because our upper control limit is 0.11 and this fifth value pointer is having the value of 0.12. I'll just highlight it. Okay, and the second value here, it is for point number 12, that is 0.15, again higher for upper control limit. Why? Because upper control limit is 0.11, right? So for this 12th value, again it's a higher one. I'll just highlight this. Okay, now I will just minimize the chart and just a minute, try to drag the chart here so that we can easily make some calculations. The same table, it's very tricky to play with these charts. Okay, now putting it here. So what we are supposed to do, we are first supposed to find out a new p bar value. That means we have to revise the central line, upper control and lower control limits. So I'll just insert here for revised control limits, right? Under that, first of all, I'll try to find out our revised p bar. Okay, or you can also write it as your own choice. If you want to revise control line, if you want to write that also, you can write revise your central line. This will be your UCL new, this will be your LCL, new. Okay. So for finding out the value of the central line value, that is the revised one new, so we will use the formula sum of all the proportion defectives minus the values which were the discarded one, or out of proportion values we can also call them, divided by your k minus d. So the value of k is 15 minus d. So hence we get the revised value of your central line as 0.039. And before moving ahead, what we need to do, we need to incorporate the dollar sign so that you can get the values for rest of the sample. Okay, now this becomes your revised central value. For finding out the value of your upper control limit, we are going to use the formula. You remember the value calculated for upper control limit here, use the formula of p bar plus 3 into p bar into 1 minus p bar upon n square root. So here we are going to use the value of revised central line instead of p bar value. It will be p bar new value. So first of all, you have to insert the revised central line value or revised p bar value, that is p bar new plus 3 into square root of p bar into 1 minus p bar divided by n. And what is n? The sample size here is 100. Okay, so this is now your upper control limit new. So before moving ahead, again we'll be incorporating the dollar sign so that we can obtain the values for rest of the sample. For lower control limit, again we'll use the same formula, except it will be the difference of the two, that is p bar new minus 3 times or 3 into square root of for square root you have this formula already inbuilt in Excel. Square root of what? P bar into 1 minus p bar divided by the sample size, that is n. Okay, so this is your lower control limit new value, and here also we'll be inserting the $sign so that we can have values for rest of the samples. So it's quite easy to calculate if you remember the formula and if you exactly know where to put the values. So now you just have to select these two values, drag them, and here comes. Okay, now what I'll do, because I have to plot a revised p-bar chart here, so what I need the p-values with me, I need the revised upper control limits and the lower control limit along with the central line value which is revised. So I'll just try to paste them here so that we can make a comparison of the formulas. Right. Okay, now what will happen here? Okay, straight away I'll take this value and prepare a line chart. Alright, and I will just delete the grid lines and try to see what is the change in the previous one and this one. Okay, so before doing anything else, first of all, the highlighted values which were already been highlighted. Why? Because they were giving an idea that they were the points which were the discarded sample. So I'll just try to delete those 2 points first. If I would have deleted it in there only in the table, because there's a lot of calculation, so it will disturb the calculations and there will be errors, so it's better if I do it here. And now you can see the difference between the 2 line graphs I had. So if I'll just place it here with. Okay, one more thing before doing anything else with this, because we know the lower control limit values, they need to be modified. Why? Because they are in negative, and negative values we know are not accepted, and it is not possible to frame those negative values. So we set the values to 0 and we change, hence we are going to change the lower control limit value and see what will happen here. Alright, so this is your lower control limit, upper control limit, which is represented by the green color line, and the red color line represents the revised central line, and this is also called as p-bar new. So finally, with the help of these 2 charts which I have kept in front of you, you can very well see in the first chart there were 2 points which we called it as discarded sample points, which shows that there were certain things in this process which were making it unstable, or because of which there were some causes which created troubles. Now because of the formulas that were used for revised central line, revised control limits, we were able to remove these 2 discarded sample points, and a new revised P chart is in front of you, and you can see that there is no point which is lying outside the control limits. And this P chart, it represents that now we don't have any traces, any assignable causes that can create some undesirable sample points in the P chart. So I hope the session has been clear to you. So don't forget to subscribe the channel, and if you have any queries, any doubt, feel free to reach me on my channel. Thank you and have a nice day.